guys, in this tutorial I'll show you how you can create this infinite cloning trick. I'm gonna show you the whole process step by step, so let's get started. First, let's take a look at how this was recorded. Everything was shot on a tripod. In the original shot I opened the door and stood in one spot for a few seconds. Then I ran away. Next I returned to the same spot and ran into a different direction. Then I repeated this a few more times. Once we have this recorded, we can start editing. But before that, I want to thank Envato Elements for sponsoring this video. It's an amazing tool for all creators, offering a huge library with tons of creative assets and presets. They offer great stock footage, including green screen clips like fog, fire, lightning, water, and literally anything you'll need. Apart from that, this library also includes awesome After Effects and Premiere Pro templates, VFX assets, intros, transitions, motion graphics, as well as sound effects and music. It allows you to download unlimited amount of all these assets just for a single price, and you can cancel it anytime. If you are a filmmaker, it will definitely save you a lot of time. Make sure to check it out, there is a link in the description down below. Now let's open up After Effects. Place the shot on the timeline. First go to the point where the clones should start appearing, and duplicate the layer. Now trim the layer right at the point where the running starts, and cut it at the point where the person is out of the shot. Then I repeated this with the other versions of running, leaving me with 4 layers. Select the first layer and choose the Roto Brush tool. Then go ahead and create a selection of the body. Then adjust the selection over time. Once that is done, you can freeze the selection. Now just tweak some settings. And you can also enable motion blur to make this look better. Now we can already start creating the clones by duplicating this roto layer and moving it a few frames forward. Also make sure to have these layers in a correct order so that they don't overlap each other in a weird way. That means that the layer with the second clone that starts running after the first clone has to be below that layer. A quick tip, name these layers properly so you don't get lost in here. Next we can repeat the same process with another layer where I run into a different direction. Again use the roto brush tool to isolate the body. Freeze the selection, adjust the settings, and we can insert it between the other clones. Then make some duplications randomly switching between the two versions of the running, and we already have a cool looking effect. Next I masked out the body out of 2 another clips, and made some random duplications. In some cases, the transition from the standing body to the clone is not very smooth. To fix this, I used the mesh warp effect. I enabled animation for the distortion mesh, went to the beginning of the transition, and matched the layer with the standing body. Additionally, I animated the opacity to go from 0 to 100%. And this is what we have right now. Now, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there is one very important thing missing. It's the shadows and reflections on the floor. To bring those back, I duplicated the roto layer and renamed it to shadow. Then I deleted the roto brush effect and made a simple mask around the feet and the spot where the shadows and reflections appear. Next I animated the mask to follow the body. Also feather out the mask a bunch. Furthermore, I repeated this with the other layers. At this point we can pre-compose everything. Since the whole shot was recorded on a tripod and the beginning looks basically the same as the end of the shot, I can just make a perfect loop out of this. Finally, top it off with some fake camera movement and color grading, and we are done. If you found this helpful, please consider subscribing,